Hello students, welcome back to the mathematics class. In the previous session we have studied about the unit first, that is kinematics. In that we have studied about the mechanics, dynamics, displacement of a particle, velocity and acceleration along a straight line, and velocity and acceleration along a plane curve. In this session we will study about the angular velocity and angular acceleration. Here what do you mean by angular velocity? Angular velocity is the rate of change of angular displacement is called as a angular velocity. Suppose if you consider a coordinate system, that is, this is the x-axis, y-axis and a point O. If you consider a plane curve, suppose the particle is moving in a plane curve, we can denote this as curve as A and B. The particle reaches a point P, the particle reaches the point P after some time T and travels a distance R to reach the point P and makes an angle theta. Here the particle is moving in a plane curve. After some time T, it reaches the point P by traveling the distance R and making an angle theta. And after some small change in time, the particle reaches the another point Q by traveling a distance R plus delta R and making a small change in angle, that is delta theta. Here the particle has moved from P to Q by making a small change in angle delta theta, that is angular velocity. According to the formula for velocity, that is displacement divided by time. Here angular velocity is we can simply say angular velocity as the change in angle along OP with the small change in time, the change in angle along OP with the small change in time, that is the rate of change in the change in angle along OP in time delta t divided by delta t. Delta t means you can apply here limit delta t tends to 0, that is limit delta t tends to 0. Change in the angle along OP means the small change in the angle along OP will be delta theta divided by delta t. Here further it can be written as limit delta t tends to 0, delta theta divided by delta t is d theta divided by dt, which can also further written as theta dot. Next we will study, this is about the angular velocity. Next, angular acceleration. What do you mean by angular acceleration? It is the rate of change of angular velocity is called as angular acceleration. Angular acceleration. Angular acceleration. It is the rate of change of angular velocity is called as angular acceleration. The rate means it is d by dt, the rate of change of angular velocity. Velocity means that is theta dot, which can be further written as d by dt. Theta dot is nothing but d theta divided by dt. D theta divided by dt. This is nothing but d square theta divided by dt square, which can also written as theta double dot. This is the angular acceleration. Next we will study about the radial velocity and transverse velocities along a plane curve. Here what do you mean by radial velocity? If the velocity of a particle is acting in direction of radius vector is called as a radial velocity. And what do you mean by transverse velocity? It is if the velocity of a particle is acting in the direction perpendicular to the radius vector, then it is called as a transverse velocity. Let us see here by an example. Consider a coordinate system This will be the x-axis, this will be the y-axis. Let this be the point O. Here your particle is traveling in a plane curve. We can denote this as a plane curve AB. Here the particle is traveling in a plane curve. After some time t, the particle reaches the point P. After some time t, the particle reaches the point P by traveling a distance r and making an angle theta. After some time t, the particle reaches the point P by traveling a distance r and making an angle theta. After a small change in time, the particle again reaches another point, that is Q, by traveling a distance r plus delta r and making a small change in angle, that is delta theta. Here we can extend these points. Here the coordinates of the points P and Q will be, here the particle has traveled r distance by making an angle theta, and here the particle has traveled r plus delta r and making an angle theta plus delta theta, theta plus delta theta. Here next we will draw a line perpendicular to Q and denote this as M, and again we will draw a line perpendicular to P and we denote this as N. Here now we note down some points from this diagram, that is here the line OP, that is equal to R, OP equal to R, and OQ equal to R plus delta R. Next, the angle created by the particle will be angle XOP will be theta, and angle XOQ will be theta plus delta theta. Now let us find what do you mean by radial velocity. Radial velocity. To find the velocity, we have the formula displacement divided by time. Here to find the radial velocity, here it will be displacement along the plane, displacement along OP in time delta t divided by the small change in time delta t. Here small change in time means we can apply here limit delta t tends to 0. That is, if limit delta t tends to 0, displacement along OP in time delta t, displacement along OP in time delta t, displacement along OP in time delta t. This is the displacement along OP in the time delta t, means you have to find here PM. That is because along OP means you have already known the distance traveled will be r. You doesn't know the displacement traveled by the made by the particle along a plane OP. Displacement along OP in time delta t will be PM divided by delta t. Then what is the value of PM? How to find the value of PM here? Suppose I have considered a straight line, that is OPM. The particle has traveled to the point P and M. Here to find PM, we have to subtract OM minus OP. To find PM, we have to subtract OM minus OP, that is OM minus OP, which is equal to limit delta t tends to 0. PM is nothing but OM minus OP divided by delta t. OM minus OP divided by delta t. Now what do you mean by here OM? you know the value of OP, that is equal to R. Now to find OM, here we can consider a triangle here, that is we will consider a triangle similar to this. The angle will be delta theta, the point will be O. After some time the point reaches the point, the particle reaches the point P, and this will be the M and this will be the Q. Here the distance traveled will be R, this will be R plus delta R. Here we have to find now OM. In the trigonometry we have known that this will be this side will be the hypotenuse, and the angle opposite side will be the opposite side. This will be the opposite side, and this will be the adjacent side. This will be the adjacent side. Here we are knowing this is the adjacent side and this is the hypotenuse. In the trigonometric formula, cos theta equal to adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. Adjacent side divided by hypotenuse. That is, here we are dealing with the angle delta theta, so we can take cos delta theta equal to adjacent means that is OM, hypotenuse that is OQ. Hypotenuse that is OQ. Here cos delta theta, which is equal to OM divided by OQ. OQ is nothing but R plus delta R. R plus delta R. That is OM equal to R plus delta R into cos delta theta. R plus delta R equal to cos delta theta. OM equal to OM is nothing but R plus delta R into cos delta theta minus here OP is R divided by the small change in time, that is delta theta. So we apply here limit delta theta tends to 0. Next, here cos delta theta is a small change in the angle, so we will neglect cos delta theta, or we can make it is equal to cos delta theta equal to 1. So limit delta t tends to 0, limit delta t tends to 0, R plus del R into 1 minus R divided by delta theta. Here plus R and minus R get cancelled. Remaining is limit delta t tends to 0 into del R divided by delta t. Del R divided by delta t. This is nothing but which is equal to limit delta t tends to 0, del R divided by delta t, del R divided by delta t, which is equal to dr by dt, which is nothing but r dot, or you can also say it as u, that is angular velocity, the transverse velocity. Transverse velocity. Transverse velocity is if the velocity of a particle is acting in the direction of perpendicular to the radius vector is called the transverse velocity. Here formula for transverse velocity is displacement perpendicular to the line OP in time delta t divided by the small change in time delta t. So here limit delta t tends to 0, that is displacement perpendicular to the line OP in time delta t divided by the small change in time delta t. Here limit delta t tends to 0. Displacement perpendicular to OP in time delta t means here this is the line OP. Displacement perpendicular to OP means this will be Pn. We cannot denote here the point, so here Pn is perpendicular to Qm. That is Pn is parallel to the Qm. Pn is parallel to the Qm, so we can take this Qm point, that is displacement perpendicular to OP in time delta t, that is displacement to the line OP is perpendicular to OP is Pn. So Pn is parallel to Qm, so we can take the point Qm divided by delta t. Here now we have to find the side Qm. Here Qm means we have the trigonometric formula, that is sin theta equal to opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. Here this angle is delta theta, so sin delta theta equal to Qm divided by hypotenuse, that is OQ. OQ means R plus delta R. R plus delta R. So R plus delta R into sin delta theta, which is equal to Qm. R plus delta R into sin delta theta equal to Qm, which is equal to limit delta t tends to 0. Qm means R plus del R into sin delta theta divided by delta t. Here we can multiply numerator and denominator by delta theta, that is limit delta t tends to 0, R plus del R divided by delta theta into sin delta t, that is into delta theta divided by delta t. Here you can multiply delta theta for numerator and denominator, so we can write that sin delta theta by delta theta equal to 1. So we can continue here, that is limit delta t tends to 0, R plus delta R. Here sin delta theta divided by delta theta equal to 1, so R plus delta R into delta theta divided by delta t. R plus delta R, remaining is R plus delta R into delta theta divided by delta t. If you multiply this, limit delta t tends to 0, R into delta theta divided by delta t plus del R into delta theta divided by delta t. Here del R divided by delta t is a small change in distance and angle, so we can neglect this. We can write it as limit delta t tends to 0, R into delta theta divided by delta t, which can also be written as R into d theta divided by dt. R into d theta divided by dt, or R into theta dot, which also denoted as v. This is transverse velocity. This is about radial velocity as well as transverse velocity. In the next video we will continue about the radial and transverse acceleration. So thank you.